As part of We the People, celebrating 250 years, here's This Day in History.
As we count down to America's 250th birthday this summer, we are sharing our We the People series, the people, places, and things of the past that have shaped our country into what it is today. Charlie, today we're talking about a decision by the Supreme Court that wasn't maybe one of the finest moments in history here.
No, on this day, May 18th, back in 1896, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled on Plessy versus Ferguson that the law indicating separate but equal spaces for white people and non-white people was constitutional. The ruling declared Louisiana's separate but equal railroad cars for white and black passengers was lawful. The justices said segregation was not discrimination as long as each race supposedly had equal accommodations under the 14th Amendment. That decision let the separate but equal idea spread, and it was used to justify segregation in not only rail cars, but restaurants, hospitals, even schools. In practice, facilities for Black Americans were nowhere near equal, and the ruling helped Jim Crow laws take hold for decades across the South and beyond. Plessy versus Ferguson remained the law of the land until 1954, when the Supreme Court overturned it with Brown versus the Board of Education. That's this day in history for May 18th, a setback that took decades to reverse.
You know, when you hear those dates, you don't realize just how long it was in effect for, and, 1954.
More than half of a century.
And even when Brown versus Board of Education, when that ruling came down, it still took so long for schools and businesses and everyone to make those adjustments.
Yep.
So, yeah, Charlie, an important piece of history, especially for how things changed over the time.
Sometimes history is dark.
Yes. All right, Charlie, thank you.